So finally got the HD front and rear axle shafts and CVs in, chromoly, whatever you want to call them. Opening up the box for the first time. Hopefully there's nothing important that I'm just ripping open. I guess we'll find out. Bear with me for a second. I'll cut to it open. All right, got the box open. Bunch of packaging. That's just paper. Hopefully everything's in here. It says it is, but oh geez, a lot of packaging. Well, it's not looking promising, I'll be honest to you. It does not look promising that everything's in here. That is not everything. Perfect. It looks like we just have the fronts. Could be wrong though. We got the drive flange, both sides, looks like. And then I believe these are the CVs. Yep, these are the CVs from Ashcroft. Don't know what shafts these are. Thin flange. Okay, so these are the rear shafts. Did they not give me front shafts? Okay. Interesting. All right, I'll cut to the next part. Okay, so today we're working on replacing both rear shafts. We got the HD Ashcroft chromoly shafts. Obviously I broke this side, sheared it clean off, so we got to take both sides out and put the new ones in. We're also going to be doing the front CVs as well as the front shafts. But they appeared to have forgotten to send me the front shafts. This is the old one still in there, intact but gouged. So yeah. Today we're doing front and rear chromoly shafts and CVs on a 1995 Land Rover Discovery 1. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start over here on the driver's side. Take the wheel off, spacer off, and then we got to get these 5 bolts off the flange. We should be able to pull the shaft right out. This one's intact, the other side is not. And yeah, I'll skip to the next part. Just got to finish screwing these off, and this shaft should slide right out. And then we'll go from there, installing the new ones. Okay, crack the seal on this bad boy. And then it just slides out. This side is still intact with the flange and everything, but obviously the other side was sheared off. They're both HD shafts, they're both chromoly. But I'll just save this one as a spare, and I'll put the new ones in since we're doing the job anyways. So, yep. I'm gonna cut to the other side, taking out the other one, and yeah, thanks. Okay, so we're back on the passenger side here, the broken rear. Honestly, this could be the hard part, just getting the broken shaft out. We're gonna try a few things and see if we can't extract that thing from out of there. Okay, finally got the broken end off. I mean, you can't even tell that this is broken. Such a clean break. Looks like you just cut it right down with the saw. We ended up having to take the rotor off and the little end tube to the axle housing off, so we can get a little bit more room to grab it. It was like kind of stuck on this lip right before this. We went fishing with it for magnets, and it kind of worked, but again, it got stuck on that little lip, so we did have to take this off the rest of the way. which, no problem. She's out. There's the other half. Such a clean brake. Like, you really can't even tell when I put them together that it's broken. So clean of a cut. Absolutely crazy. But, time for the new ones to go in. Okay, so we got the new shaft in there now. And, oh shit, fuck that up. Okay, so we got the new shaft going in now. Everything fits nicely. Just got to put some of the old gasket maker around here. Put the flange on. And then this side will be done. And we'll just have to do the other side. And that'll be both rear chromoly shafts in. Alright, so we got both sides in. Just gotta walk around the other side. Sorry, it's a little bit of a mess. Both sides in. Now, time for these. Okay, so this is the remnants of the inside of, well, my CV. And then these are the new ones. Obviously, you can see the difference and why I am swapping these out. The old ones were just stock, and these ones are the Ashcroft chromolys that they sell. Should be a little bit better, but we'll see. This is what it looks like with the wheel on. We're gonna do the fronts once we get the other shafts in from Lucky 8. Unfortunately, they forgot them in the order, even though the box said that they would be in there. So hopefully we'll get those soon before King of the Hammers, because that's what we're prepping for right now. But either way, the back's done. Just waiting on the fronts. Finally got that second box in from Lucky 8 for the front axle shafts. They forgot. So just gonna pop them out the box right now and see about starting assembling it. Okay, so Lucky 8 sent me the wrong shafts. They're the Raptor 4x4 ones instead of what I was supposed to be getting, which it's hard to kind of see. There it is. What I was supposed to be getting is the Ashcroft front shafts. It's okay though. I mean, they're still chromoly shafts. So, and I think there's still a 5-year warranty up to 37-inch tires. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw them in anyways and deal with Lucky 8 later. Unlucky 8. Sorry. And in here we got, I'm sure I've showed them already. We got the Ashcroft chromoly or 300M or whatever they want to call it. CVs. So the front should be pretty strong after that. And the back, front and rears. Okay, just for reference here, this is the Ashcroft CV 300M cage with a chromoly shaft and a Raptor 4x4 shaft compared to a stock Discovery 1 set of CV and half shaft. You can really tell the difference. Way more length on the splines here. Not a huge difference in thickness. They're probably about the same thickness. Way more beefy of a CV though. You could definitely tell the difference between those. Definitely a huge upgrade over stock. So we'll see how these turn out. Now the trick to getting these off, these nuts right here, there should be two of them, one here, the little crushed washer that holds it down, keeps it tight, and then the one behind it. Obviously you don't have this size socket, and if you do, that's cool, but most likely you don't. You got to do like a little bit of a screwdriver trick. You just kind of get it right on the edge there and give it a little tap. Kind of hard to show you with the camera because I only have so many hands, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to hold it with my legs, grab the hammer, just kind of tap it off. Give it the tappy. Whoever put this one on, put it on really tight. Whenever you do it, you only need to snug it just a little bit. You don't need to crank it down like this. There she goes. She's starting to spin. So keep. Oh, she's getting somewhere. Let's see if we can. Just a little tight. That washer in the back will do the job. Keeping it on there. There she goes. Nope, still a little more. As you can see, there is a flat spot on there. And when you put it back together, you're going to put this little crushed washer on there with the flat part going right there. And then behind this, there is another one of these. So, yep. Same thing on the other one. It might not be as tight, but just try to get in there. Try to tap it until she frees up. I'm going to skip to where I get that done so it's easier for me. Okay, got that one off. I'll set it in our little pile here. And now this whole thing should pop off. Inside here, there's going to be a little bearing wheel thing. You can just leave it in there because I'm going to pop everything right back in at the end. Well, I mean, you can take it off too. It doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so now that you have the rotor off, the caliper off, the flange off, and you're left with this. I already went ahead and broke all these free, but I'm going to take these off now. Continue on to the next step. Okay, so now that I slid the shaft and CV in, I'm going to go ahead and start reassembling everything. And then at the end, I'm going to add the new grease. The reason why I did one side with this still on the car versus the other one with it off the car was because the other side, I exploded the CV, and that's the side that I did it on. So I already went ahead and had that taken apart. This side I knew was still good, so I just left it on the car because I didn't have to take any big chunks of metal out or anything like that. So just made it easier for me to do it while it was on the car. So depending on if you have something broken or if you're just upgrading, would kind of make the difference between you putting it together off the car like that one, or putting it together on the car like this one. But it's all preference, up to you. If you wanted to do it off the car, all you need to do is remove the caliper and then take these bolts off. The whole assembly slides out with the inner shaft and the CV together. So that's how it's done. Okay, so now I've got both of these nuts on, the washer in between, and basically you put them on the same way you took them off with the screwdriver. Just give it a little tappy tappy that way, tap tap tappy, and snug it up. Don't over tighten it because then it's going to be a pain to take off if you ever have to do it again. So yeah, that's what I did, and move on to the next step. All right, so now we got both sides in, both shafts and CVs, and yeah, I'm gonna do a couple little odds and ends still before I throw the tires back on. The radius arm is pretty bent, so I'm gonna pull that off and try to straighten it out. Got the tires and wheels back on, axles in. Just got to finish up a few things tomorrow and she'll be ready for KOH. Okay, so it's the next morning. Just wanted to do a little quick test on the new shafts. See how they hold up. They seem to be working. Definitely moves under its own power and everything. Got up this rock pretty easily. So yeah, just got to do a couple more things, minor things for King of the Hammers, and we should be good to go. I might stop, get some headlights for it too, but as of now, she's ready. Okay, so the come along was working slightly, but we found a better option to put the port of power on here and put it against the frame and crank it that way. Seems to be working, but we shall see once we release the pressure.
Maybe. Tell them.
Oh yeah, we're looking way straighter than we were before.
Both Saturday and Sunday.
It's hard to tell from this angle, but she was super bent, but she's straightened out quite a bit. We can run it.